You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
How many German-speaking deaconesses leading camp songs in another country amidst the sheep do you know? Yeah.
Just one.
Well, okay, so...
Probably the same one you know.
Yep, that's right. We're going to talk with the deaconess in Deutschland today, as she recently had the opportunity to serve with a youth camp there, and I'm always excited to talk about camp, talk about deaconesses and youth ministry. So joining us today, Deaconess Kim Biltman, serving the Lord in Germany. How is the deaconess in Deutschland?
Hello, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Excited to talk about camp. It's been a fun summer here. What has the summer been like in your part of the world? Let's see, camp was just outside Leipzig. What was the weather like this last week?
It was pretty decent. We had one day of rain, but otherwise it was like 80s and pretty nice, actually. So it had been a lot hotter earlier in the summer, so 80s was kind of a nice cool down and good time to be out at camp, but warm enough to jump in the pond and swim and all that good stuff. So
sounds like fun. What was the purpose of the camp? Tell us, give us a little history on the camp.
Yeah. So, well, I think I've talked in the past about our children's group that we have at the Bridge, Brücke. Mostly it's for kids in our neighborhood, German kids who have had maybe a difficult background, maybe don't get out of the city neighborhood that we're in ever. And so it's a chance to kind of get them out to God's creation, to have some really concentrated time with them to share more about God's word and Jesus' love for them and sing songs and pray and just have them experience things that they've never done before. So.
What was the theme of camp for this year? Camp always has a theme.
Oh, yeah. Well, this year we had a theme of Jesus, our Good Shepherd. So the camp that we were at is also a farm. So there were lots of sheep-like activities that we could participate in, which were a really great tie-in to that. So they got some hands-on sheep experience and learned about how we are also like sheep and that Jesus is our good shepherd.
That sounds like a really awesome time to have camp at a farm.
I saw pictures. They got to spin wool. They got to see wool being spun.
Oh man.
Yeah. We got to they got to see sheep. They got to learn about spinning wool and make some like felt objects out of wool. So the older kids got to actually make a ball. And the younger kids made kind of like a little band that they could like tie around their head or wear around their neck. Or, yeah, one kid used it to like tie something together, some of his stuff together, like a little carrying string or something. So
that's awesome.
I can see Sarah's also an artist, and I can see like fiber art ideas just like the gears are rolling in her head.
I love fiber art.
Oh, yeah.
Felting with like that roving straight from a sheep farm. It's pretty fantastic. It's like my favorite thing in college.
This.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, man. Next year.
I'd never done it before, so it was kind of fun for me, too, to see what all you can do. And, yeah, she had cool examples. And
what was that like for
she had made.
Yeah. What was that like for the kids to actually be on a sheep farm? Had any of them been in that kind of experience before, to actually have this deeper understanding of that sheep shepherd, all of that language in the Bible?
I think we went to the same camp last year, and so they had been, at least in that environment. We had a different theme, and so we didn't do all of the sheep activities like we did this year. So because the farm has a variety of things that you can choose from, and so we chose some different things last year. So it was partially new to those that had been before, at least. So, yeah.
Tell us about the other opportunities you had to learn, serve, play, and pray together.
Yeah. Well, we did a lot of learning. It's nice because we can prepare kind of the biblical themes and games, and so we learned a lot about, Jesus and as our shepherd. And we also then alongside that, the people that run the camp and the farm, they had programs for us. So that was really nice to we didn't have to prepare everything, because I don't know all there is to know about sheep at all. But I learned quite a lot this week. Yeah, we went on hikes. We tried to kind of create some activities that tied in as well. Like one day when we did the parable of the 99 sheep and the one that was lost, and we hid a sheep out in the field somewhere, and they had to all go and try to find it. And then one of the kids, when she finally found it, I mean, there was genuine rejoicing, and she was so excited and came running back. I found the sheep. And then we're like, yeah, that's exactly how God rejoices when he finds us and brings us to his home. And so anyway, it was pretty cool. Yeah, we got to do lots of playing as well, going swimming in the pond every day and going boating and let's see what else. Singing. We also as part of our singing, we recently were able to get some cajones, a box drum from South America, and so there's actually a company in Germany that makes them as well. So we got they're German box drums technically, I guess, but I got to help the kids learn some rhythms, and we sang along with those, and they had a blast with that. So a lot of times they come in the first day and they're like, oh, we don't want to sing, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do anything. And so it's always fun. Like by the last day of camp, they are like requesting every song in the book, and we end up singing through the whole thing. And then they were also wanting to get the drums out. I didn't let them get them out the day that it rained, because I didn't want them getting in the wet grass, and I didn't want to play them inside because of the volume that it would create. So they were really itching to get them out again once it dried out, and excited to play. And I think since those are things that we have at Brooke now all the time, we just got them over the summer. So I think we'll be using those a lot more too, just in our regular weekly programs. And so that should be a lot of fun as well.
It's always fun to introduce kids to new things that they may not think they would enjoy, and then by the end of the week at camp, they're begging for it.
Yeah, it is really cool. Yeah, we also learned the 23rd Psalm with them during the week. We would say that every time. Oh, sorry, my dog's so excited about something here, guys. There's another dog upstairs, so I think
they're just jealous that you get to be on the coffee hour. They just wanted to make a cameo.
To be heard too, yeah. So to wrap up our devotions, each day we would sing or say together Psalm 23, and our pastor had come up with hand motions to help them kind of remember things. And two of the older girls drew like a poster with the words on it and kind of little pictures that went along with it. So it was kind of a nice help to read it from this big poster. And they already know the Lord's Prayer from our group, so we would do that, and we do that with hand motions as well. So yeah, so a lot of cool things. So it's kind of cool to see them, by the end of the week. Kids that aren't even baptized yet are saying the Lord's Prayer and Psalm 23 and singing songs about Jesus and just enjoying it. So yeah, it's kind of just a really powerful thing to see God working on their hearts and see how they grow in even just a few days. So
yeah, that's really cool. This is camp. Is camp a universal thing? What kind of things would American campers recognize or
Sure.
or would find a little different than what we would do in the States?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like obviously swimming. So I think a lot of camps have a, kind of nasty little pond.
Some kind of swimming hole, a lake, a stream, a pool, if you're fancy. Yeah.
One of the older boy helpers, when the girls were chasing him, then he would just go into the yucky parts of the pond, and then they wouldn't follow him there.
Smart.
But campfire, singing, all that kind of stuff. But we didn't roast marshmallows over the fire, which probably would be common in the States. But one of the cool things they do here is they make a bread dough and then wrap that around the end of a stick, and then you can bake this bread over the fire. So that was really, really fun to do, and kind of a unique thing, I think.
See, in the States, we put things on a stick and we deep fry them. We don't cook them over a fire. We put things on a stick and then we deep fry them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you put bread dough on a stick and made bread on a stick.
That actually sounds really good.
It was actually really good. Yeah, definitely.
Now I'm eager to go out and try that. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about
I can send you the recipe if you want.
You could totally
that would be fantastic. I don't think we can have a campfire in the studio, but maybe outside in the parking lot. Maybe we could try that.
There you go. Yeah.
Why not?
How have your past experiences equipped you for this unique opportunity? As we were joking earlier, at the beginning of the program, do you know a deaconess who speaks German also leads camp for kids with sheep? Kids and kids in German. Well, I mean, the camp experience has been a part of my life since I was born, basically. So, I don't know if either of you know this, but my dad was a camp director at a Lutheran camp in Central Illinois when I was growing up. So we moved there the summer right before I was born. So my first 12 years were basically living that camp life. So that prepared me for a lot of my future. I think it shaped a lot of who I am today, for sure. So the guitar playing, all the stuff that goes along with that. So the faith, especially. So, and then I, of course, worked at camp too as I got old enough and was a counselor and all that good stuff. So having those experiences was definitely helpful. And studying German throughout school, high school and college as well, and deaconess preparation. But did you have much experience working with sheep prior to this?
This was my first time.
Okay.
In Germany, I've seen a lot of sheep when we go for walks around my neighborhood. Yeah, this might be the closest I've been.
So should we talk to the directors of the deaconess program, recommend that they add that to the preparation for deaconess certification?
I think that might be a good idea.
All right, we'll talk to Deaconess Kristen about that. Well, Deaconess Kim, it's always a joy and a delight to catch up with you and learn how the Lord is using you to serve in Germany. How can we continue to follow your story and keep up with you on Facebook?
Well, there's the Deaconess in Deutschland page on Facebook, so you can give that a like or a follow. And I try to keep up with that, posting things online. And then, you can also sign up for my newsletter. If you go to lcms.org/Biltman, there should be a sign-up form there. And you can get a little newsletter in your email inbox once in a while as well.
If you want to see a fun video from camp, go to the Deaconess in Deutschland Facebook page. You can see some a fun video of Deaconess Kim and the kids playing their box drums and having a good time at camp. Thank you so much for being our guest on the Coffee Hour. Always a pleasure to talk with you, Kim.
Thank you. Nice to talk with you.
Listen to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.